Hey everybody, hope y'all are having a great day today. We do have a urgent, very recent, has happened in the last hour update directly from Tasha K with Unwind with Tasha K, who has reportedly talked directly to Brother Bilaal, and that we allegedly have a direct update from him. So I wanted to come on here because there has been a lot of speculation going on here recently. I mean, there have been claims about him having brain damage and just all types of things going on because, not a lot of people knew. And I did also watch the live with our friend Jamil, who I've mentioned and credited a lot here recently in the videos, as he is also a supporter of the truth, and want to make sure that Brother Bilaal is okay. And he, allegedly spoke to Brother Bilal's sister and made some updates. And he just made a recent update, which pretty much confirmed what he was saying, and through Tasha K's live. And so essentially, what Tasha K alleges is that she did speak to Brother Bilaal, and that Brother Bilaal did confirm that he was in yet another car accident, and that he was in the hospital, and that he was in the hospital because of pneumonia. So Tasha K has alleged that she has talked to Brother Bilaal, and as many of you all know who have been watching my series, been watching with our friend Jamil and other YouTubers and creatives who have shared about the timeline of Brother Bilaal, we know that he has had three pretty much viral interviews with Tasha K. And in this last interview with Tasha K, it had been almost a year, if not a year, in between the second and the third one. And so there was a lot of speculation that was going on about what in the world happened. He was supposed to be coming out with the tell all book, and in that third interview with Tasha K, he did confirm that there was a attack on his life, an attempt on his life, where him and his driver were in a bad car accident, and the driver allegedly from Brother Bilaal that he does have extensive brain damage. And Brother Bilaal did note that he was going to have surgery for his back and for his knee, because of that car accident. And so after he had the interview with Tasha K, it was reported that he went to the hospital, that he was hospitalized, that he was airlifted. And there were so many different reports and comments and just public opinion on what in the world is happening. At one point, unfortunately, it was reported that Brother Bilaal did also have some brain damage, but as of about an hour ago, through Unwind with Tasha K did allegedly speak with Brother Bilaal, and he did confirm that he was involved in a second car accident and that he was hospitalized, but that he was hospitalized for pneumonia. And now, some of you all have watched my videos before, and when it comes to pneumonia, we know that some of our conspiracy theorists know that pneumonia can be a triggering word. For example, like I said in my last video, Kim Porter, who is Diddy's ex-wife, who has transitioned, that was in her, and I have to, kind of beat around the bush a little bit because it is YouTube, but that was in her report that she did transition because of pneumonia. And Ray J, who is Brandy, the singer's brother, he's also an entrepreneur. He's also R&B singer and producer himself. That he is in the hospital for pneumonia, and there's multiple sides to this. Pneumonia, it's flu season, right? People are getting COVID again at a higher rate. We know how this season goes when the temperature changes and we're going into winter, and people aren't necessarily washing their hands and covering their mouths and all the things. So it's likely that, guys, he just was in the hospital because he got sick. He's traveling all over the world to protect himself, and maybe he just got sick from being on the plane so long, or maybe not. And I do want to get into some of the conspiracy theories that are out there. And again, as you all know, I am not here to make you all decide on anything. I'm here to report on what I'm seeing. I look on YouTube, Reddit, Instagram, other bloggers, other creatives. And with this story in particular, I just want to make sure that Brother Bilal's story is heard and that he's okay. And it's a lot of conspiracy theories going on. So, for example, like I said, he did confirm allegedly with Tasha K today that he was hospitalized and that he was in a second car accident. And so some people, and then there were some comments saying that, in some reports saying that he was in a mental hospital. And you all know how that can just shift things a lot. And so one of the conspiracy theories that are out there is that this is that time period now where they clone people, and that when he stood on business in that third interview and he announced the title of the tell all book, he announced multiple things about multiple people in that live interview, that the gloves were off and that they did not get him in that first attempt that he reported on, where he now has substantial back injuries, knee injuries, and that the driver of that car has brain damage. When they didn't get him that time, it is now being speculated. And again, some of these are just conspiracy theories, but that after that keyword of pneumonia, that meant that if he was not taken out, that something drastically was going to change. And so I have seen comments of that was the time period where now he's being cloned. And I don't want to, spread false information, but we all know how weird Hollywood is. And it's unfortunate that some of these things are even being talked about. But I did see a comment where they were like, how do we even know that Tasha K was actually talking to him? How do we know that they didn't? I mean, think about AI now. I try to stay away from AI in this capacity because I really want you all to hear me speak and the research that I've been doing. But somebody kind of has a point, because somebody could take my voice right now and clone it when it comes to AI, type whatever they want in, and it sounds like it's coming from me. Like, I've had to have conversations with the elders in my family about spam calls and about them possibly getting calls from quote unquote their grandchildren. I've literally spoken with people about this. And, how do we even know that Tasha K actually spoke to him? And then maybe it was video. I definitely hear that. Have you all seen the videos where people can dub someone else's face and it looks just like that person? Have y'all seen that? How advanced AI is now? It's almost scary. No, 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 it is scary. And to think about this even being a possibility, I mean, like I said, Tasha K has alleged that she has come out and talked to Brother Bilaal, and that he did confirm that he was in the hospital, and that he was in the hospital for pneumonia, and that he's out now, but he was involved in a second car accident. And now Tasha K reported that, of course, Brother Bilaal thinks that was another attempt on his life. And I'm so interested to hear his point of view when there is another, which I foresee, especially after the book comes out, when there is another interview with Tasha K where he talks about that car wreck. I want to hear, like, was it just a fender bender? Did he just report out that, yeah, I was in a car? Or was it another attempt, and a scary attempt on his life where, again, he's already had back injuries from the previous car accident? He already has knee injuries. The driver has substantial brain damage. So what happened with this second car accident? So you just telling me you just getting into car accidents? No. If he's reporting that he allegedly got into another car accident after the third interview with Tasha K, y'all, it's something to it. It's something to it. I mean, I've been in car accidents, of course. A lot of us, I hope a lot of us haven't, but I've been in car accidents. I've been like 3 in my life. But to have back to back and then go into the hospital, which he did confirm he was in the hospital for pneumonia. And again, like I said, I know there's other people joining. Pneumonia has been one of those trigger words for Holly Weird. When someone says that, oh, they have pneumonia, oh, they're sick from pneumonia. I don't know, y'all. I'm skeptical. And I want to say that, okay, he was in a car accident and that he's okay. Tasha K with Unwind with Tasha K did report that he was in a car accident and that he was in the hospital for pneumonia. And she alleges that she did talk to him. Again, I don't know if she talked to him on the phone or if it was video, but how do we know that it wasn't AI? I'm just putting that out there. You all can pick it up if you want to. I don't really want to do speculation, but I also know that that is an option. That is an option. Um, but anywho, so with that being said, as we talked about before, and I do want to give just a little bit of a timeline that there had already been reports coming out about Brother Bilaal, and then he did a huge interview with Tasha K on Unwind with Tasha K. He did a second interview with her. And then after that second interview, there has been about a year in break. And I've reported on it. Other people have been asking. There were so many questions under my videos on Reddit. Oh, also on his Instagram page. It's Be Opulent. I'll have to look it up and confirm. On that page, he hadn't posted in forever. And so we were like, what in the world happened? And then all of a sudden, boom, third interview with Tasha K. And he changed the name of the book, but he reported out the book title. He was still going forward with the book, the tell-all book, which is 38 Years with Will and Jada Smith memoir. I Am Whistleblower. That's the title of his book that he reported out on Tasha K's channel, Unwind with Tasha K, in that third interview. And so and that's where he shared why he was gone for a year, what happened, his car accident, all the things. And then from there was a report that he was hospitalized. And so all of these theories have come out about what in the world happened and did they get him? And like I said, one time that he reported out that, or somebody reported out that maybe he was brain dead. And we're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Now this is too much. We don't know what to believe. And there's not a lot of people reporting on this. And it's so interesting. And like I've said before, y'all, about the quote unquote nasty things that Will and Jada have done in the privacy or not so privacy of their own home, if that's what they're into, them and the other people that are involved, as long as it's consensual, it's consensual. They can do whatever they want to do if it is consensual and they aren't using their status or their money to do these things. It's consensual. I I necessarily, I don't lose sleep on that. Now, when it comes to using your money, using your status to hurt other people, to put people in circumstances where they feel like they have to do it to get something else, that's where I have a problem. And so these things that, you know, the Timberland boots and all that, if you've seen the, if you've seen the live, you know what I'm talking about. You know, those things that yeah, that is what it is. Again, as long as it's consensual. However, when it comes to non-consent and you harming people, whether it's physically, mentally, a lack of access, all of those things, that's where I have a problem. And I do see that Bilal is coming from that place. I don't see that he's coming from a place of hurt or disappointment, or that some of his funds are have changed because he's not rocking with one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood, Will Smith. I don't see him coming from that. I don't. And that's just my personal opinion. And I do know, because I followed Jeffrey Epstein, I followed Diddy, I followed all of the conspiracy and all the low and high profile. Like, this is just what I do. You know, there's something to this. There is something to Holly Weird. And year after year, I hear all types of strange things about this. And so, I just wanted to, I read the comments, y'all. I read the comments. So, make sure you comment. And if you are in here live right now, go ahead and comment and see if there's, something we can chat about. But it's strange. It's really strange that he was involved in another car accident and that he had pneumonia. And again, one of the options is that it's flu season, that you're going to get pneumonia, that some people are just going to get pneumonia. But when I think about Kim Porter, Diddy's ex-wife, who was also preparing, remember, to release a tell-all book, she was hospitalized with flu-like symptoms. And her COD, I got to be careful because, it's YouTube, was initially listed as deferred. On her certificate, it was listed as deferred. But after a review, you know what I mean, a review of the body, it was confirmed that she actually transitioned because of pneumonia. And like I said earlier, pneumonia can be one of those trigger words where it's pneumonia as in you're going to transition because of pneumonia, or it's pneumonia as in something is drastically going to change for you. And some people, again, this is speculation, that this is where the cloning comes in. And I know I sound like I have a full tin hat right now, but I think about AI, not cloning as in, and I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm not saying that it's not possible. The cloning where they clone your voice and they clone you via video, like we see on YouTube and Instagram, where we have to be careful because people can take my voice. I've been on live for 18 minutes, almost 19 minutes. Somebody could have taken a 60-second clip of my voice, used AI, and completely made a whole video, and I never said a word. I've literally been in an AI class where I watched somebody do that. And then they could take my face. I don't ever show my face on video because I just have a quiet listening channel. But they'll take my likeness, my video, my face on from video, and put it on top of their face, and it can be live, y'all. I could be talking to you and I look like someone else, and I look just like them. And that's what they were saying in some of these cloning allegations. Like when Tasha K allegedly talked to Brother Bilaal, how do we really know that she was talking to him? He has a very distinctive voice. I will give him that. But how do we know that it wasn't AI? If it was video, how do we know that it wasn't AI on video? And let's say it was a little blurry. Well, heck, maybe he's out of the country. Oh, I'm sorry, Tasha K. My video is a little blurry, and it's somebody else. It's somebody else. Y'all, this is not. It's this is not far fetched in the world that we live in right now. AI cloning, not taking cells and cloning, which, like I said, hey, I think it's possible. But cloning his voice and cloning his likeness for a video or for a voice, a call, how do we know that was actually him allegedly talking to Tasha K? And that is my worry because he has said so much about so many people. He has blown the top off so much on what's going on with Holly Weird that I'm almost like, I don't know. I don't know. I almost need to see him. I almost need to see him on another Tasha K video and for Tasha K to do another interview with him after this to see what he looks like. You all seen it. You all seen it. And it's very unsettling. So I didn't want to be on here too long, but I did just want to share that Tasha K alleges that Brother Bilaal called her and said, hey, I was in a second car accident and I was in the hospital and I was in the hospital for pneumonia, but I'm okay. That he does not have brain injury. Again, I got to be careful what I say on YouTube. But that he's spoken with Tasha K allegedly since he's been discharged. So I don't know. There's a lot of rumors circulating, um, some speculations, and I guess we'll see because there's a lot that he's said. It's a lot that he said, and there's a lot of people out there who do not want their secrets to get out. And when you have someone who has been close with one of the top paid, well known actors, Will Smith in Hollywood, who has been around you for almost 4 decades, you know where the bodies are buried. And he is telling it. And he's telling it all in his upcoming book. So we'll stay tuned. I wanted to give that update because I made a video yesterday. I went live yesterday and we kind of discussed like what in the world is going on. But he was hospitalized for pneumonia, and we'll take it or leave that there. And he was involved in another car accident. So you all, I'll see you in the comments and let's see what happens next. Y'all have a good one.